Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you can see me okay because we are recording this on my phone. I'm currently in Missouri. As you can see, this does not look like my house. Alex and I just spending some time up north, and I didn't bring my vlog camera with me, so hence the phone quality today. I need some water. I know that I've been a little sporadic on YouTube lately, and I will explain that in a second, but my goal this year is to really be more consistent and try to come back. And I figured the best way we can do that is by starting with a Q&A. Oh, hang on, my heartbeat is going real fast. I had too much coffee. I figure I'll start with a Q&A just so I can catch you up on where I've been the past year, and then I can get back into like normal content with you guys. I asked you guys on Instagram if you had any questions for me, and because I'm using my phone, I wrote them down here, some of the ones I wanted to answer. So let's get into it. I'm gonna group this by like, there's a lot of questions about reading lately since I've been posting a lot of book stuff. We'll start with this one. Are you still running your small business? The answer is, with my master's class, it's just been a lot because Alex does help me with like the back end of the small business, but a lot of the creating content for the marketing of our business, and then like creating the stickers, shipping the orders, creating social media stuff so you guys even know about our shop, like that's all on me, and it's just a lot to manage because I do work full-time remotely. I have like a normal 9 to 5, and then I am actually a full-time master's student now, and so we just kind of closed down the shop last semester because it was like initially a lot for me in the transition, and we are going to open the shop back up eventually. I just need to figure out how I can balance things better this next semester with my master's classes and just like working and stuff and being more consistent on YouTube. So we're not gonna open it back up yet, but I will let you guys know if you follow me on Machismo Design's social media, even on my own socials. I'll let you know when we open it back up. What are you planning to accomplish this year? Yeah, Happy New Year, you guys. I'm so sorry. I meant to lead with that. Happy 2025. I just have a feeling that this year is gonna be a really good year, and I'm putting that out there, you know, manifesting that, and I hope you guys are too. But what am I planning to accomplish this year? A lot of my goals are, I just kind of reflected and I was like, what brings me joy? What do I like doing? What are my hobbies? And that's, to me, that's reading and creating content. And I want to do more of that this year, and I really want to focus and double down on being consistent and showing up for you guys and creating content that you and I both love. So that's kind of my main goal this year, is to try to just grow as a content creator and put more out there that you guys want to see, because that brings me a lot of joy. Okay, we'll start into like the master's questions now. First thing is, what have you been up to these past months? And the answer is my master's classes, because essentially the story here is like with my normal like 9 to 5 job, they kind of told me, they were like, hey, we think it's a really good idea if you go back and get your master's. And I was like, okay. So I looked into it, and so the program that I ended up choosing is a dual master's. So I'll be getting an MBA at the same time as I'll be getting a master's in this really specific field of finance. That's gonna help me with my job. So I decided, I'm like, if we're doing it, we're going all in, you know? And so I'm doing both, and it's nice though, because it's one of those where like the electives for my MBA will match up to my other masters, and they'll kind of complement each other, so that I'm not gonna be doing this for 5 years, because that is my nightmare. My plan is to graduate in 2.5 years. So that's the goal. And that's why I didn't even realize last semester that taking 3 classes is considered full-time. So that's why like these past months have been so crazy, is because I didn't really realize that I was also a full-time master's student and working full-time. Now I know that this semester, and I feel more prepared going in, and I'm just crazy, and I'm still considered full-time this semester. But the reasoning for that is, I was talking with my counselor, and I was like, hey, so this is a lot if I were to take, you know, 1 or 2 classes when I graduate. And she was like, in 5 years. And I was like, yeah, nope, 2.5 years, pedal to the metal. So that's currently where we're at. Someone said, thinking about starting my master's, but I love my freedom. Any advice? Guys, you know, I'm gonna be real with you. It's a give and take, you know? It is going to take a lot of your free time. I feel like I've been saying that so much. So I'm like, bye-bye free time. And I'm joking, but at the same time, I'm not. Like, when you do anything worth getting is going to be hard, and it's hard because it takes a lot of your free time, especially if you're working too. It's very tiring. So I would just know that going into it. Like, how badly do you really want it? Because can you do it? Absolutely. Will you have to give some things up and maybe switch around your schedule? most likely. So I think if you're prepared going into it knowing that it's a give and take, you're gonna have to give something up in order to do this, then I think you'll be fine. And especially if it's a field that you're really enjoying or really interested in, like I like to think it'll be worth it, you know, and you're gonna learn so much. So what is my master's in? I feel like I did already say that, but I'll say that again. I am getting a dual master's. One of them is an MBA and one of them is like, it's a master's in this really specific field of finance that I don't feel like sharing. So now let's go into reading, because guys, I'm so sorry. I feel like I just flipped the switch on you and I started posting reading content on here, but this past year, like in 2024, I feel like I discovered a new part of myself. I discovered this hobby that there's nothing else I'd rather be doing. I absolutely enjoy this and I cannot imagine my life without books now. So I've become a reader. I've started posting on here. I hope you guys like it, and I hope that I can inspire you to pick up a book if it's been a while. Like me, I was a really good reader all throughout elementary school, middle school, a little bit of high school, and then college hit and I was like, I have no time, not reading anything. And then after college, I picked up actually a Colleen Hoover book and she actually got me back into reading, and now I'm a very different reader than that. I read mostly fantasy, romantasy, but I love it. I love it and I couldn't recommend it more. I think it's such a good hobby. So I'll be posting more book content on here and I hope you guys are along for the ride. But one of the questions is, what are your 5-star must reads? Oh my gosh. Okay, so this question, and this is such like a nerdy answer, but I'm gonna geek out, I'm already telling you. This depends on what kind of books you like. I mostly read fantasy or romance. So if you like those, I will give you some 5-star reads in both of those categories. Off the top of my head, my favorite books in fantasy, anything by Sarah J. Maas. Seriously, especially if you're looking to start fantasy, pick up ACOTAR or Throne of Glass. Throne of Glass is a little slower, but that series is one of my favorite series of all time. So it gets better, but I just think like you cannot go wrong with the Sarah J. Maas book. She is a mastermind. It's an amazing place to start. Also, I love the Fourth Ring series. It has dragons. Like that's awesome to me. I think Fourth Wing is another really good one to start off with. If you're looking for a little bit like a darker gothic style fantasy, One Dark Window, Two Twisted Crowns, that duology is really good. Guys, this is off the top of my head, so I'm so sorry. And then another good fantasy one, romantic one that I love lately, more recently, has been books by Carissa Broadbent, Serpent in the Wings of Night. Disclaimer, you're not going to be able to pronounce any of those names, so that might be a good one to listen to the audiobook. But those books are so good and you will not be able to put them down. So that's my 5-star like fantasy reads that I can recall right now. My 5-star romance reads, I love. Okay, anything by Emily Henry. I'm not even kidding. She's amazing. I love her. Anything by Abby Jimenez, like Just for the Summer or Part of Your World. So good. I think Part of Your World was my favorite by her, but Lila Sage. And this is gonna sound so corny when I say it, but cowboy romance? I thought I would never. And then I read Done and Dusted, which I'm sure you've heard about if you're on Book Talk. I read Done and Dusted. I was like, so when am I moving to Wyoming? I wanna ride a horse. I was telling my husband, I was like, how do mountains sound to you? We should go. Next vacation. So Done and Dusted, that series, 5-star. I love it. That's like my happy place. That is such a good series. What else? Ooh, Ashley Poston. I'm pretty sure that's how you say her name. Or Poston? I've heard it both ways. She wrote 7-Year Slip, which everybody loves and raves about. I honestly didn't like it that much, but what I did love, the novel love story, so cute. I read that one recently, so it's a little bit higher rated in my head just because it's more recent, but it's like the cutest. I felt like I was watching a rom-com. Like, it was just so cute, and it was a really quick read, and if you're just looking for something to like make you happy and make you feel comfy and just smile about, like, novel love story was so good. I know that I'm missing some romance ones that I absolutely rave about, but if you need any more recommendations, follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok. Like, I am posting book stuff all the time and I absolutely love it. What am I currently reading? I just posted about this, as I said, on TikTok, but I have it right here because I just did that. At any given time, I'm usually listening to an audiobook, have a physical book, and now since Alex got me a Kindle, I am reading books through the Libby app, which is it's a library app where you can check out books from your library, but download them on your Kindle. And so it's a really good way to read books for free. I right now have 2 books going. I usually have an audiobook, but I'm kind of in an audiobook rut. Anyway, what I am reading right now is, let me see if I can pull it up. Yeah, okay, here it is, perfect. I am reading my first Hannah Grace novel. It's called Daydream. You've probably seen this all over Book Talk. Here's my thing. I have seen really bad and really good reviews on this. I try to just keep an open mind because I want to read literally like all the books out there. If I see someone rave about a book, it's immediately on my TBR list. I want to read it. I'm just curious, and I try to stay open-minded with these things even though I see reviews all the time. So this is actually my first sports romance read. Not super into sports romance, but again, I'm just trying to keep in mind, keep reading this book, see how it goes. But essentially, this book is Henry, who's the captain of a hockey team, meets Hallie, who is like a really smart, kind of shy girl coming out of her shell. And they both have goals that they're both helping each other towards. And it's a romance book, so you kind of know where that's gonna go. I would say so far, it's kind of getting like a 2.5 to 3 stars in my head, but again, I'm only halfway through, so keeping an open mind. Then my physical book is 6 Scorched Roses by Carissa Broadbent, you guys, no surprise. I just finished a book by her. It's right here. I just finished, this is the 3rd book in the Serpent and the Wings of Night series. I love her. Her books always end on cliffhangers, so like we're in a fight, but her books are so good. And the 4th book coming out in August, and this book ended on a cliffhanger, so I have to wait till August to see what happens. So I picked up this book, which is kind of a side novel about side characters, but I'm just hungry for anything that she writes right now, and I am absolutely gonna demolish this. As it stands now, Onyx Storm, which is the 3rd book in the 4th Wing series, comes out tomorrow. So what am I currently reading? These until Onyx Storm comes out tomorrow, and then Don't Talk to Me, Do Not Disturb, you won't hear from me until I finish that book. I will be deep in a rabbit hole in that one. I think this is, no, 2 more. Okay, how do you read so much? First one was like, I'm really busy, but I want to get back into reading. Audiobooks. That's how you do it. If you see people that read like more than 50 books a year, it's either their full-time job or they got audiobooks, because you would be surprised how many books you can finish if you're just like doing the dishes, doing the laundry, running an errand. It's really easy if you're into audiobooks. How do you choose what to read next? Honestly, there is no rhyme or reason. I don't even read book summaries because I am just so innately interested in books everywhere all the time. Like if I see one video about a book where one person I don't even know was like, this is really good, add it to my list. I just want to read everything right now. That's like the mood that I'm in. That's the season that I'm in. I pick my next one by what comes due on Libby, really, because I'm like, there's nothing better than a free book and I can just download on my Kindle. If there's a book release like Onyx Storm coming out tomorrow, I'll read that. Or honestly, I need to do better about going to like independent bookstores and supporting independent bookstores. But for me, it's just so easy to like run to Target, and they have their book section, in my opinion, is really good, and I'll just grab something that looks familiar and read it. Like, I'm really not picky. I am just thirsty for books right now. So that's kind of how I pick my next read. I want to join a book club this year, you guys. Like, that's one of my goals, is like meet some female friends that also like books and join a book club. So whenever I get home, I'm gonna look at like Facebook groups and try to join that. And then that's also how I'll choose what I read, is whatever they tell me to read on book club. So I'm really excited. If you guys can tell, I absolutely love this. I feel like I'm flourishing in this hobby and I love sharing about it. So if you have any questions about reading or really about anything that I said in this Q&A, put them in the comments below. But just know I'm really appreciative of you guys. I'm so glad you're here and I can't wait to spend this year with you. I'll see you later.